everybody, welcome back to Crafting with Monica. Now I just have a video uploading tomorrow, my life cues, and the question was, how do you feel today? And in that video I used a lot of delusions, spray, distress inks, and so I apologize. I tried to clean my nails as much as I could, but there was blacks and blues and yeah. So I apologize. Don't want you guys look and say, oh my God, she has the dirtiest nails ever. Well, I probably do right now. But anyway, I wanted to talk about making this really fun craft for a Mother's Day gift. I just think it's awesome. I saw a video about 2 weeks ago, and I wish I could remember the woman's name to refer you back to her, but I'm so sorry I can't. So this is not my original idea, but you know how you just adjust it to your own idea to make it work for you. So what it is beaded ballpoint pens. Isn't this just gorgeous? So I'm going to say welcome and show you guys it writes perfectly. Welcome. So they work great. They're really sturdy. And I thought it would make the nicest ballpoint pen and gift. It's so pretty. So this one has several different types of beads on them. These blingy beads here, I believe I got them on Amazon or Temu. I can't remember. It was one of the two. So you can just go there and look. And then these wooden ones I got on Amazon. And if you look in between, let's call them spacers. Those little gold, and then there's silver in there. I had them, as so many of you do, have beads and beads from, I don't know what we thought we were making that we had to have all these beads. But I do remember specifically getting those silvery ones like this at the dollar store. So maybe they still have them. Like I got them in silver and in gold. Honestly, I don't know what I thought I was making. I don't. But I had to have them because they were beads. There's elephant. And these things here, if they have a little ring on them, we can hang them from our pens like this one here. Yeah, it's just, there's no rhyme, no reason. If you have beads, check them out, that have a hole big enough that would fit through your pen, then they will work too. There's no specific rules. It just has to be, the hole has to be big enough that the pen barrel will go through them. So, these are old plastic beads, and I used one of those, the very top here. Then, to close off the pen, down where you can see the refill, I just stuck a brad in there, which my brads are, and again, I wouldn't be surprised if you old crafters out there don't have a thing full of brads. And it's like, what am I going to do with this in my lifetime? What am I going to do with all this? So I had some blingy brads, and they don't have to be blingy. Look at this one. Kind of has a tiger print on it. Right here. I can't even pick it up. Right there. Like, it's just, there's no rhyme. These big flowers can go at the top. There's no rhyme, no reason. This little yellow one with a whole bunch of teeny flowers on the top. Just anything to cover up that, where the refill has that hole. And one important thing You do not want the barrel of these to be really long, because I tried that yesterday in a pen, and I think it was more like, was it about this long? No, it was a little longer, and it broke the refill, and the ink spilled out, and it was a mess. So you want short little ends on the brads, okay? So you're going to need some brads, or whatever you want to use. You can use a button if you want. You're going to need some spacer beads in the middle. And I'm going to need spacers, or not spacers, what are they called? Ring, like when you're making jewelry, these guys. What are these called? I can't remember. Anyway, you're going to need a couple of those if you want to hang a little bead or a little adornment on the side of your pen. So this one's a lock. I think it's upside down, but who cares, right? And they're just so pretty. Imagine if you're out somewhere for dinner. Would you sign the bill? Oh, yes, of course. You know, I just think they're really pretty. I also had these glitter stickers that I thought if you couldn't find any brads to fit, you could take some glue and glue it on the very top of the pen, like right up here, and put a little glittery stick, bigger one on there. And then I had these brads, but I think these were the ones that were too long. The barrels were, yeah, these are them. So I was going to put one of those, or that ballerina. So pretty, hey? But I could cut them if I really, really wanted them. But why when I have so many other things, right? So the type, let's get down to the type of pen. Oh, and these are what I hung with those little rings. These are a really nice charm to hang on the side of a pen. So let's get down to the type of pens. And trust me, I looked for several, and they don't work. I've probably got 32 ballpoint pens that just won't work on. So the kind I found were these studio ballpoint pens from Dollarama. They weren't from Dollar Tree. I think Bic pens would work, the original Bic pen. And these are Pentel fine pens. I just happened to have it here. And I wanted to see if it came off, and the end came off, and it unscrews like this. And the refill came out super easy. So that's another good one. And that's what this pen is. It was, see, the barrel is empty. It was this. That's what's writing with blue ink. So this is the one we're going to use today. So again, these are studio ballpoint pens from Dollarama, but I believe a Bic pen would work. It's got that, little pop on top at the end of it. So you just want to get that off. And because my nails are a mess, I can do it. I got it off pretty good. Kids used to get these off of their mouths by chewing them, right? So I'm just going to wiggle this a little bit. The first one was super easy to get off. It's like this one's glued on. Let me try another. That's why I say thank God for the doll. There, look how easy that one popped off. I don't know what was wrong with you. It popped off beautifully. So that's what you want. Then you're going to take this off. So then after you pop the back off, you're going to take this tip and just turn it, and this will come out. Now, the beauty of these ones over that blue pen, let's just put these, I like saving these empty barrels. I don't know why. On these blue pens, they do not have this thing, this little thing with the lip where the nib of the pen is. So you can put a bead on there, on this one, and it doesn't slide out. Whereas on those pens, it slides right off the pen. So see this? It will, well, you can put a little bead there to hold it, but it won't go flying. So this one, I had to put one of those little spacer beads on first, and then a bigger bead. And this one as well, because it's just kind of loosey-goosey. I mean, you could start with this one, but I think those spacer pins are the best. And pretty much from there, we just start building. So what I'm going to go through here, I should have done this before filming, but I'm going to sort through and get some of these little spacers out. So I have them. This little flat head screw or whatever it's called is perfect for pulling them out of here. Because mine are just all kind of mixed in with a whole bunch of other beads. And so this is just making it so much easier. Okay, so we'll put this away as well. Now we don't need these. Now, one thing I used was a glue gun. I wish I had my E6000 glue, and I don't. I'm out of it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try a glue gun. Today we're going to work on this pen that we already took the back off. And it's so simple. So all we're going to do is add a teeny bit of glue, and I mean a drop. Okay, that's as far as we're going to get that first bead. But that's okay. It's just showing the top of the pen there. So now we're going to go in with some decorative beads. And because this purple one's just sitting there, let's just go ahead and do it. Little bit of glue, very little. Can't go trigger happy on your glue gun. Just see, that's a little too much. And if it gets a little too much, I just spread it around. That's why I wanted my other glue. Now, when you put your glue on this, you have to make sure that they're centered. You see? On the first pen, I had some going that way, some going that way. So all you have to do is look at the circle, and you can center it. Then it's good. So before we get going, let's decide what colors we're going to do. I think I'm going to pick a theme of purple and green, because that's the color of my craft room. There's a green. Purple and green. Find some more purples. That would be fun. Oh, I didn't realize. I did not realize that these beads also came with these kind. Well, that's kind of cute. Here's another purple. Let's see what the wooden ones have. Well, they do have a few purples. I always like to use the caps. One thing I want to express to you, I can't express it enough. When you're working with your little brad containers or your little bead that I had these in, make sure you always clip them closed while you're doing your project, because you do not want to have to clean some bead mess that's all over your table, okay? You just don't want to have to do it. It's just too much. Let me see if I can get some more purple. They don't have any green, so maybe I should just steer away from... Maybe I'll use just like this one. See, it's up to me. Okay, so now we need a little spacer bead again. And honestly, it goes so fast. So fast. Stick her on, make sure she's centered, and that's way too much glue, so I'm just going to wipe it with my hands. And then center that little bead. There. Hello. Who's going next? Green. Alrighty. Coming snap purdy. Now, let's see. Put a little spacer on. This is a little crooked. You don't necessarily have to glue these beads down, but I made some where I glued the very first bead, so it wouldn't slide off. And then I just slid the beads on the barrel of the pen. But when you went to write with it, it had this sense of, it wasn't very stable. The stability of, you felt funny writing with it. It was kind of like loosey-goosey. It just didn't feel right to me. So, yeah, that's why I am gluing every bead down. Now, I would make sure that you slide the bead on first before you glue it. If you're not sure if it's what you wanted, or like if you're doing a themed, pink and blue, and you're trying to do them pink, blue, and you put on the wrong one, that way you can check it before you glue it down. Okay, I got this far. Isn't it pretty? It's so glistening. And then I decided I wanted to add a hanging charm on it. So I got this little purple one. But I'm going to see if there's a pale green might be nice. Yes. I'm going to put the pale green right there because there's so much purple there in a row. So let's get this one off the back here. And then I need one of those rings, and I need my pliers. I have jewelry making tools. Here they are. Needle nose pliers. I knew they were in here. So we're just going to open this up. There. So my ring is on really good. And now the beauty of this is you don't have to do any finagling to add it to your pen. You just have to put it on the barrel like that. And I'll see if that's where I want it to be when I'm writing, or do I want to, I think I might want her a little higher up. Right there. Yep, right there. So we'll put the bead on first. And that's what I meant when I said to try them out first before you glue. And I believe the lady that I was watching, she didn't glue every bead. She put some down, glued some, didn't glue them all, but I just like the stability of when you're writing with these beaded pens, and then you, I don't know. For me, I like gluing every one. So here we go with our, I'm just thinking, I'm going to put a middle one in. You get the idea. So there, because I wanted this to go down over that, and with the bigger bead, it didn't do that. So I'm just going to hold it out of the way. I don't want that glued. So let's put some here. There we go. Now we're going to put this pretty bead. It doesn't match anything, but it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. What a pretty pen. I wonder how much these would cost if you went to buy one. There, look. Look at my pen, guys. So now it's time for more purple. And spacer, I thought you were silver and you're not. What's wrong with you? See, that's the thing with beads. You never know if they're going to fit. They're not all the same. I thought this one was going to work and it didn't. Now this is where it gets tricky. How far up the barrel do I want to go? Do I want to put like this big honkin' bead here? But then that's too big. It just doesn't look right. Does this look okay with a spacer? Put a spacer, and this is perfect. Look at that. Whoa, baby! $1 million pen, man. And then it's time for us to pull out our brads. Once I get these two guys on, it's time to get the brads out and see what brad we're going to put on there and make sure it fits. I don't know how many times I've been out of frame or down here, and if I am so sorry. There. Last bead. This one. And it fits just, can you see the hole inside? It's just perfect. Now, you don't have to put a brad in there. You could take one of those pretty stickers that I showed you. You can do that. It's entirely up to you, but I just think the brad kind of stops it all, just in case the ink goes dribbling all over the place. So I'm going to grab the brads, and this one, purple. So we're going to try that one. And the cool thing about this, because the barrel of the pen is a little narrower, the brad goes in and you don't have to glue it. You just push it down. Oopie, that came unglued. But it's not going to matter. Push it down. Push, push, push. There. Look. Look at this pen. So honestly, I think these would make an excellent choice for a Mother's Day gift, a birthday gift, or a just whatever, thinking of you gift. They're so pretty. And you could do this with the kids as long as you handle the glue part of it, unless it's E6000. But if you're using a glue gun, I think you should do that. And I honestly love how the brads just poke in. Same with this one. And if you have those blingy brads, it just adds to the pen. So, thanks for watching and hanging out with me today. And we'll see you guys next time when I think of a new craft idea. I love my pen. So pretty. Bye for now.